Our survivor is Darrell Simmons, 2 brain, 5 book, 2 fist, 3 foot, trait reporter, and you begin the game with the Kodak, Darrell's Kodak in play. Fast action during a skill test at your location, you spend 1 evidence from an asset you control, reduce the difficulty by that test 2, limit once per test. Interesting. It's like a flashlight. Except any test? Better than flashlight. Elder Sign effect, +1 evidence on an asset you control. Weakness is ruined film. 'Tis a blunder. Remove 4 evidence from card you control. For each evidence you cannot remove in this way, take 1 horror. And then we have Darrell's Kodak. Cost 2, a book, a foot, and a wild. It is an item and a tool. It is a Darrell Simmons deck only. After an enemy or treachery enters play, exhaust Darrell's Kodak. Place 1 resource from the token pool on the enemy or treachery as evidence. After you discover any number of clues, move that many evidence on enemies or treacheries at this location. Or not at any location to Darrell's Kodak. Seems to have pretty good potential. Dumping clues everywhere and evidence everywhere. Huh. Deck building is 30. Survivor card 0 to 5. Seeker card 0 to 2. Neutral card 0 to 5. Deck building requirements do not count towards deck size. Darrell's Kodak, ruined film, and 1 random basic weakness. Man, those are like Seeker stats, really. But I'm glad Survivor's actually got someone that's good at investigating. Here we have a skill. Grizzled. Pitch for a wild. It is innate and developed. Customizable. When you purchase Grizzled, choose and record 2 traits on the upgrade sheet. This skill test is on or against an encounter card, including fighting, evading, or parlaying. Grizzled gains 2 wild icons for each of the chosen traits on the encounter card businesses. Okay. Could be 5. That's a potential. God, keeping track of everything in a scenario and remembering stuff. So we have our slots for 2. We have specialist, choose another trait. And we have another specialist. So we can choose up to 4 traits. Neat. For 3, Nemesis. If this is a kill test against an enemy with a chosen trait and the test successfully, we attach Grizzled to that enemy. Reduce the difficulty of the against attachment. For 3 XP. I don't know. 4 XP, Mythos Hardened. If this skill test is on a treasure card or chosen trait, and this test skill, let me add both Grizzled and the treasure to the victory display. I do like that. No more Ancient Evil cycling. Stay away. For 5, always prepared. After you draw or encounter card with a chosen trait, return 1 copy of Grizzled from your discard pile to your hand. I don't know. Could be cool. It requires you to know the campaign really well. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, another trap card. You've fallen for my trap card. It's a 1 cost event. Pitch for a book and a foot. It is improvised and a trap, customizable. Use 2 time. If makeshift trap has no time, discard it. Attach your location. Each non-enemy at a touch location gets -1 fight, -1 evade. Force at the end of the round, remove 1 time makeshift trap. So last 2 turns, -1 fight, 1 evade. That's pretty decent in itself. Alright, let's see what we can turn it into. Improved timer. You may play makeshift trap. You may increase or decrease its use by 1. Okay. Tripwire. Only trigger makeshift trap on forced abilities if there are 1 or more enemies at attached location. You have to place the same location. No. Okay, that's pretty cool. Simple. Makeshift trap gains fast and play during a fast window. Okay. Poisonous. When you remove 1 or more time from a makeshift trap, it will damage to an enemy at the attack location. It's only 1 enemy though. Still kind of handy. Remote configuration. When you play makeshift trap, you can attach it to a revealed connecting location. Yeah, it could be handy. For 3, and that non-elite enemies cannot move or make attacks of opportunity. That's pretty good. And for 4, explosive device. When makeshift trap has no time and is discarded, deal 3 damage to each enemy. So it's dynamite with a weird timer. But it is another trap card. Is this a good card? I do like the fact it's a trap card. I don't know. I have to play around with this one. This one seems fun. So for our first Seeker customizable card is Pocket Multi-Tool. It costs 3, it's an asset, and it pitches for a wild. It is an item and a tool. Customizable, limit 1 per investigator. As a fast action, during a skill test you're performing, exhaust Pocket Multi-Tool, you get +1 skill value for this test, and it takes up a hand slot. Our upgrades, first one is detachable for 1. Our other investigators at your location may use the ability on the Pocket Multi-Tool. Pry Bar costs 1. It's an additional +1 skill value if during this skill test on a treachery. For 2, Sharpened Knife, you get an additional +1 skill value if this is during an attack. For 2, we have Signal Mirror, you get an additional +1 skill value if this is during an evasion attempt. For 2, we have Magnifying Lens, you get an additional +1 skill value if this is during an investigation. For 3, we have Lucky Charm. After you fail this skill test, ready Pocket Multi-Tool. And for 4, we have Spring Loaded. Pocket Multi-Tool's ability is now a reaction ability with a trigger when you would fail a skill test you're performing, exhaust Pocket Multi-Tool. So the upgrades are pretty versatile, but it seems really expensive. And without using Spring Loaded, I don't know if it's really handy. I mean, it is great during a skill test, but you have to exhaust it. So Spring Loaded actually gets you most value out of your buck, but I don't know. Maybe Lucky Charm versus. I still don't know what character really wants this. I kind of feel like Stella wants it, but not. But we'll see. So here we have the Isle of Xanatos. For 3 costs, it's an asset, pitch for a brain, item relic, reaction when you're dealt damage or horror, exhaust Isle of Xanatos, discard 3 cards from your hand, cancel that much damage or horror. That could be neat. We have Discount Captain America, Improvised Shield, 1 cost, asset. Has traits of item, armor, and improvised. Improvised Shield can only be played from your discard pile. Forced, when Improvised Shield is defeated, shuffle in your deck instead of discarding it. Yeah, the survivors love that hilarious recycling. Our event here is End of the Road, Insight Spirit Fast. Play during your turn only if the final agenda is in play. Final agenda, huh? Draw 1 card, gain 1 interest, and then additional action. Remove End of the Road from game. I don't know if I care for this card. Doesn't have any pitch icons. Has to be the final agenda. Does this really help you that much? I think there's better cards that'll take its place. We have Exploit Weakness. 2 cost event. Fist Foot. To the tactic and a trick fast before revealing a chaos token during attack or evasion attempt you are performing, and only if that difficulty of the test is currently 0. This test automatically exceeds instead of the normal effects discouraging. So you gotta make stuff to 0? Are there a lot of cards that actually reduce abilities? We have Making Preparations. Alright, we're gonna break in here. You see, it's an event that has the dash. Okay. It is a dilemma and a tactic. Max 2 dilemmas per round. Revelation, choose 2 skill tests. Brain, book, yeah. Till the end of the round, each investigator plus 1. So, hypnosis, sleep, but get +1 at least. I mean, it's a pretty good workaround. You get to pick 2. That seems pretty flexible. Next, we have another one of these weird dilemma cards. That's an event. Predator or Prey. Max 2 dilemmas per round. Revelation, there are no enemy plays. Draw 1 card. Otherwise, you must decide. Each unengaged enemy moves once towards the nearest investigator. Each investigator disengages from each engaged enemy with that and moves once away to the nearest enemy from the nearest enemy. Okay. I don't know if I care for this card. So if there's no enemy plays, you just draw 1 card. Otherwise, you must do this weird engage disengage ability. Hmm. Yeah, there's. I mean, it is a cantrip. I don't know. I don't know if this card is good. We have Shed Light, 2 cost event, pitch for a book and a foot, insight and a trick, fast before revealing chaos token during investigation, performing only if the difficulty is 0 again. Assess magic seas, discover additional clues, and 1 clue at any location. Guess it's good with like old keyring and flashlight and some other of those abilities. I guess it really is a Darrell Simmons card. I mean, it's pretty powerful too. Huh. We have another dilemma at a crossroad. Again, max 2 dilemmas per round. Revelation, choose investigate, and decide. Choose one. The chosen investigator must merely take an action if it were their turn, then discard 1 card at random from their hand, or chosen investigator loses 1 action during the next turn and draw 3 cards. That could be fun. Yeah, I might play with that one. Next we have Lifeline, and it's an event 1 XP. Pitch for a wild, max 1 per turn. Fast. When investigator playing when an investigator's turn would end, the investigator takes X additional actions during their turn. X is the number of skill tests that failed during their turn. Exile Lifeline. Okay, this is our first exile card. And I just see Stella on here. Another dilemma. Nature of the beast. Max 2 dilemmas per round. Revelation. Choose the top 3 cards of the encounter. Reveal the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Choose an investigator and draw 1 of the revealed cards and discard the rest. And then choose an investigator to serve 1 clear. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Seems like dilemma is a survivor thing, just like exile usually is. We have Gumption. Skill. 1 XP. Innate. Max 1 per test. You may commit Gumption to any type of skill test. When Gumption is committed to skill test, that test can... Okay, so that's another card to help you lower difficulty. And finally, an upgraded baseball bat. 2 XP, 2 cost, 2 fists for a pitch. Item, weapon, melee, action, fight. Get +2 for this attack. Attack deals +1 damage. If a skull or autofill symbol is revealed during this attack, you choose one. Return baseball bat to your hand after this attack, or you get +1 damage when it breaks. Takes up 2 hand slots still. No, this is actually pretty good because you can return baseball bat after the attack, so you still get all that. Or you can really risk it to get that extra +1 damage if it actually kills something. Yeah, I like this card. Alright, we have Katya Eastbank, Keeper of the Static Lore. 3 cost, 2 XP asset. Pitch for a brain or a book. She is an ally and a scholar. And reaction, when you draw a non-weakness card from the top of your deck before revealing any of its effect, place that card face down beneath her and draw a new card to replace it. Well, that's kind of cool. She's neat. 2 and 2, too. Not too bad. We have Heed the Dream, another dilemma. Max 2 per. Cost 2 XP. Revelation, reveal the top card from each investigator's deck and place them on a pile. Repeat that 2 more times. Choose one of the 3 piles. Each investigator draws each of their cards from that pile. Shuffle each weakness. Choose one of 3 piles. Okay. Remove each other revealed card from the game. I don't know about that one. Looks like Ashcan and Duke on it too. Remove them from the game. Yeah, don't know. We have Salvage here for 2 XP. It's an event. Pitch for a book. Choose an item asset in your discard pile and either remove the asset from the game and gain resources equal cost, or play the asset paying its cost. Yeah, that's a good card. We have upgraded Old Keyring. Cost 1, but it is 3 XP now. And pitch for 2 book. Item tool uses 3 keys. No keys. Discard Old Keyring. Action, investigate your shroud, or your location gets -2 shroud for the investigation. If you succeed, remove 1 key from Old Keyring. If the test difficulty is 0, you discover an additional clue. Could be helpful with all these minus things. So, yeah, I mean, -2 shroud and fully, yeah, it's possible. Then we have Fickle Fortune. Dilemma. Cost 3 XP. Revelation must decide. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. For each investigator, heals 3 damage and 3 horror. And 3 horror. That's good. For 1 Doom, that's pretty good. Or remove 1 Doom from the current agenda. Each investigator takes 1 direct damage and 1 direct horror. Remove Fickle Fortune from game. Still pretty good. Yeah, it sucks that it's 1 direct of each, but that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good card.